This is the 2020 MacBook Air. Now I'm going to be seeing it for the first time along with you guys. I'm not sure of what color we have or even of what variant it is. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, taps are off. Let's take this baby out. Okay, so this looks like it's the space gray version, though I'm not very sure about it. You've got the Apple branding on the side, MacBook Air branding on the other side, and at the back you can see the price and the specifications of this particular model. Getting to the most satisfying part of it, taking the peels off. Oh, this sound is satisfying. Off it goes. This is actually my sister's laptop, as somehow her circuit board fried in her previous Air, and this is a replacement to that. Okay, so we have the laptop on the top. It is the space gray version. Inside the box you get the USB Type-C to Type-C cable, the Designed by Apple in California user manual, and the stickers, and the proprietary Apple charger. There's nothing underneath this box. And here is the beauty. What I can say right on the back is that it is considerably heavier than the previous MacBook Air, but then again it's packed with some serious power as well. Oof. Okay, and it automatically turns on as soon as you put the screen up. That's interesting to see. And there we have it. That was the unboxing of the 2020 MacBook Air. It's a space gray version, but now I've got to set this all up for my sister.
One eternity later.
Full disclosure here. My sister has had this laptop since October of this year. And since she did not listen to my advice or waiting for the Apple Silicon Macs, I find it no point to make two separate videos for the unboxing and the performance of this. You see, the M1 Mac is completely the same laptop, in the same chassis, with the same display and the same keyboard, with the only difference being the internals. So in this video, I'm going to give you my initial impressions about this device without even talking about its performance and its battery life. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first up, the biggest difference which one notices almost instantly from the 2015 Air is the display. The older one had a 900 pixel display, whereas this one has a 1600 pixel display. And in layman terms, what that means is that this display is 3 times sharper and crisper. While the older display was not bad by any standard, this one takes it to a whole other level. Combined with its minimalistic bezels and just the sheer quality of the screen, the viewing experience is elevated to the next level. Now personally, I'm not a big fan of Apple's True Tone Technologies implementation in this particular laptop. And mind you, this is coming from a person who has reading mode on his mobile 24/7. In my opinion, it just gives the laptop a bit too warm of a tint for normal usage environments. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this isn't the M1 Silicon Air and instead is the i5 model, which is why I'm not going to be comparing the performance, benchmarks and the battery of this laptop. But I will leave you with this. It just runs through any task you throw at it without any problems. And if you remember the circle or rainbow which was occurring in all the previous MacBooks, this does not have it. The storage too is super fast, but 256 gigabytes in 2020 is just not enough. And if you pay Apple to upgrade your storage, be ready to pay a hefty premium. The speakers are usual Mac business as well, a cut above the rest. They get the job done and they are very good for MacBook speakers and much better than the subpar speakers you find on several Windows laptops nowadays. Okay, so the keyboard. When this laptop was launched in 2018, the keyboard was a topic of contention because Apple had decided to include the not so good butterfly switches, which gave a lackluster typing experience. However, with this new one and even in the M1 model, Apple has switched back to its scissor switches, which provide a much better typing feel with good travel and large-sized key switches. Overall, the typing experience on this laptop is pretty good. However, not everything is perfect. I do have two big complaints against this MacBook. First of all, the webcam. In this world of video teleconferencing in which we are today, the webcam, even though is touted to be at 720p, just does not cut it. I mean, the quality is terrible, to put it in nicer words. And in a laptop which costs 1 lakh rupees, that is just not okay. The second major complaint which I have with this laptop is the selection of ports. It just gets two USB Type-Cs on the side, which again is just not enough, especially when you consider that one of them is mostly used just for the charging. I was able to get my hands on this EXA hub, which gives you an HDMI out, two USB Type A ports, a micro SD card reader, a SD card reader, and two USB Type C ports. But when you consider that not many people besides YouTubers and reviewers who just rave about USB Type C have made the switch from USB A to USB C, this decision does not make sense. Agreed, it is the more future-proof standard, but the selection of ports is still abysmal. At least you get a headphone jack and a power adapter in the box. Anyways, that pretty much wraps up my initial impressions of the video, since I've just spent about 2 hours with the laptop altogether. All in all, I'm going to leave you with this. If you're looking for a Mac laptop right now and don't have a sustained workload of something like 4 hours of continuous video editing, this is the laptop to get with the M1 chip. The Pro costs Rs 30,000 more, and the only difference is that it has a fan, whereas the MacBook Air does not. So again, if you do not have a sustained workload, get this MacBook Air and you won't regret your decision. I'm Akam, signing off for now, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.